That's so smoky.
Hey, good morning, everybody. How you doing, Jake?
Fine. You know we dropped these at like 11 o'clock, right?
Well, yeah, but it's morning for us. Well, we want to say welcome to today's episode of VWLIFE. We are going to attack the 71 bus.
That's that bus from that rescue video we did, right, Dad?
Yes, sir. That's the one from that video you can see right down there or up there. I don't know where Matt Jackson's going to put a link to it.
But don't click away from this one yet. Watch this one and then go to that one.
Yeah, we're going to see if this thing will run. We got it home, but that was kind of a crazy weekend. We got the 71 home, then we got the 72, then we went and delivered the 63.
Then we did the harvest the next weekend.
Then we did the harvest next weekend, and then it would be this weekend. Hey, we're living the VW life, so stick with us today. We're going to clean it up, see if it runs, see if we can find some brakes on it. It should be a pretty good day.
Yes, sir. Let's do it. We're gonna kind of clear out all the floor mats. They're really rough. Kick panel, that door card over there is pretty bad. Got that bad pad. I'm gonna come in here and just kind of clean it up, and I'll come in here with the shop vac and clean up all the little stuff. So that's where we're at, and let's get started. Got a jack in here. Is that the original bracket or something?
That's original. Wow, look at that, still intact.
What's that for, Pops?
I think it holds the handle. See, it goes right there. Stretch. Of course, you're stretching out a brake.
Rat's nest, the usual. Hey, look, Pops. What's Cloud Chaser Love Liquid?
Yeah, baby.
What's that?
Gosh, Jake. Let me see that, Jake. You shouldn't be seeing that. You're underage.
I know what Matoga's
Made
getting.
for vapor cigarettes.
Oh.
I know what Matoga's getting for Christmas. Oh, I'm picking out a
Love Liquid for you. I'm gonna put that in the keep pile. So we got the floor mat out. It's over there. And it's still in really good shape. So we're gonna be able to put that back in. This bus is actually pretty solid. It's got typical rust here.
I'll tell you what, this bus is dry.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get all the like dust and stuff out with a vacuum, and then we're gonna scrub it down with some soap and water. And well, pulled off that back panel, and then we pulled off the kick panel into the rear seat, and we just got stuff from homeless people living in this bus for about 15 years or so. So they had bread, so that's good. What you doing, old guru?
Well, I'm gonna start seeing what we got going on back here. We got a dual port. This probably had, one time had an AC with an angle like that because the compressor was out here. So we're gonna get in here and see what we're looking at. Check this out. It ain't locked up. So, there's TDC right there. This is probably the grossest looking one I've ever seen. But we line up on a distributor there with a line on the rotor, so that looks pretty good. What we're gonna do is we'll just clean it up a little bit, make sure it has oil in it, and see wiring wise, kind of chase that down, and then throw a battery in here and see if it turns over. We'll see if this thing fires up. It'd be kind of cool. Be a lot cooler if it does.
All right, y'all. So, you know, I've kind of grown up around Volkswagens and all that stuff. Been doing this for a while, and ever since I was a kid, my dad always said, check bay windows, that third spot, you know, right of the speedometer for a clock. You never know what you might see. And I've only seen one more before, and I was at a car show. But here, let me get the shadow there. This one has a clock, so that's cool. And then I got the codes over here, which are always nice to see. But yeah, so that's cool. It's got a clock. She's a real beaut, Clark.
Well, it's cleaned up pretty good, man. Look, sunroof isn't frozen in place. It's got a little bit of rust here on the cargo floor and under the seat stands there a little bit where the seat mounts. The front, they've already patched it. Typical bay window rust spots. The big thing on this, Chianti red and pearl white, is this. It's a straight nose, man. Look at that. I mean, there's not a lick of Bondo on that nose. This is big. Golly, man, this little deluxe is really cleaned up good.
I mean, we put 2 hours into it, and it looks so much better.
Oh my gosh.
But remember, we did the
yeah, well, going to the car wash, I think helped. Just you know, power washing the outside. There's two theories on that. I don't know if that's, I mean, it's good from that thing, but man, it just makes a mooky mess of everything else. So I don't know if it's better to vacuum first. I would say vacuum first, then power wash it. We got we hooked the power up to the battery. So Jake turned on ignition. We had check power. We had power at the coil. Pretty cool. So ignition switch is working, but we weren't getting anything from the battery. So what we did is we just ran a hot wire from the battery charger up from to the starter switch and checked to make sure that wire wasn't broken, and it was good. So we got power there. And then we just cleaned some of the connections. Now it turns over from the key. A little slow on the uptake. We know we're getting power at the coil, so now we're going to check to see if we have spark, and then we shall see if we get some fuel in there and see what happens. Okay, so we're not getting spark, but we are getting power to the coil, so it's coming down. But on the condenser side of the coil.
Can you point to that?
On the condenser side of the coil here with my test light, which is okay. Here, I get some light in there. Okay, so here's our power coming in. Okay, and then over here on the condenser side, when you're turning it over, this should be opening and closing with the points. And right now, I've adjusted these, but I'm gonna throw another set of points in because it's just staying wide open the whole time, so we're not getting that. We're not getting ignition fire. So we're gonna continue to let it juice up a little bit here on the battery charger, and it's time to go accomplish lunch.
I'm thinking Cabo Bob's, old man.
I am too.
Nothing but the best. Lunch accomplished.
We're working on it now, baby. Cabo Bob's.
Nothing but the best. Best burritos and fish bowls in town, baby. All right, Pop, so we're back from lunch. What do we got going on?
Well, we're gonna just swap out Dizzy's real quick. Okay, fire in the hole.
Firing.
Come on, baby. I heard it kick.
Yeah. All right, what you doing right now, man?
Priming this carburetor.
So using a turkey baster?
Yeah, it looks like she's coming out, boss.
Oh, we got a leaker.
Yeah. It's a bow car, so who knows?
That's a Solex, Jack.
Oh, yeah. Take a break. We got static time this. It's way off. Stop.
20 minutes later.
All right, Pops, you ready?
All right, fire in the hole.
Hopefully it'll run.
18th time's a charm, Jack.
Something like that. You ready? Fire in the hole.
Fire in the hole. That's what we do. Woo! A lot of work. Went to 3 distributors and 2 carbs. But it's running. That's running on gas in the bowl, but hell, it doesn't sound too bad.
The next month.
What you got, old man?
Got running, driving, stopping bus, shifting bus, Jack. What do you think of them apples?
Willie?
Oh, 2 days. We got it running. Distributor, carb, fuel pump. It had a bad hose on the fuel for the fuel tank. Thank goodness that the tank ran itself dry. There was nothing in it. So it just ran it completely dry. So nice and quick. Automatic parking brakes.
It's not smoking, it's laying down concealment. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a running bus with 2 days into it. Like you said, new distributor, carburetor, coil, fuel line, did the brakes a little bit. He just went off road. I should have been filming that instead of my pretty face. That's so smoky.
Well, AJ,
Yeah.
the 71 Deluxe bus is running.
Ready to roll and drive to a new home.
Yep, what a rescue, man.
That's what we do.
That is what we do. Got to do a few things to it, but I am so impressed with how this thing cleaned up, man. First of all, it's a really pretty dry bus. I mean, the worst spot is that spot up on the sunroof, but man, the floors have been patched, and to me, they're patched well. You know, I mean, not kind of patches I would do, but they're sufficient. It's a very complete bus. I mean, it's got both the middle seat, back seat, all the deluxe
Spare
trim,
tire cover.
spare tire cover from a deluxe standpoint bus. You know, it's really nice with the walkthrough and everything. Sliding door with like butter. And we didn't even, everything is just functional on
Yeah,
it.
it's
You know,
crazy, and it's one of those things like put 2 days into this.
So we saw that, I think the tag on it was 96. So that would be 25 years it sat.
Yeah.
So this thing sat for 25 years. Looked like there was a hole in the hose coming out of the nipple on the back of the fuel tank. So there was, the fuel tank was completely dry. So we just put fuel in there and
With a new line.
with a new line, of course, and bingo, you know, so it's running off the fuel tank. You know, it's one of those things though, we were chasing earlier. We were chasing that carburetor. It's like, why? It would run a little bit when I'd fill the bowl.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, and the needle valve was bad. And a brand new Bocar carburetor. So, but nonetheless, got that squared away, put a new needle valve in there, and you know what? I mean, look, it's gonna make somebody a really nice bus. It's gonna need some TLC, man.
Absolutely.
But it runs, stops, starts, drives. You guys, hey, this thing's gonna be posted up on Samba and Craigslist and Facebook here in the next couple of days. Y'all might.
Hopefully it'll already be gone by the time this drops.
Yeah, that happens like on the 63 is
Exactly,
the same
yes,
way,
sir.
but you never know. But stick with us, man. We got more projects, and Carter has pills, man. We got that 78. We got to jump on that one next. So that's moving right up
Problem
the
is,
list.
Dad, I had to think which 78.
Yeah, we got a couple of those. Thank you guys for sticking with us today. Make sure you tell your aunts, tell your uncles, tell everybody you know about VW Life. Hey man, this is what it is all about, the VW community. Go out and save one. You see one, it doesn't matter what, these things can be saved. It may look as derelict as this thing did in the middle of a crackhead, meth lab, homeless encampment. And ta-da, there it is, running.
I don't think we can talk about crack.
You can't say crack anymore?
I doubt it.
Well,
All right, well, anyway.
Okay. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you later.